Revitalization project. We'll show you what that now means for the streets and residents.
And smoke fills one Hannibal home early this morning. We'll explain how it happened and what a child inside the home did to save their family.
Showers popped up during mid-afternoon, and a lot of that activity is all gone for now. Clear sky overnight, but what will tomorrow and the rest of the week bring? We got your forecast in detail coming up.
This is KHQA News at 10, working for you.
Our top story tonight, Illinois 911 system could now lose funding if action isn't taken. Good evening, I'm Rachel Pierson filling in for Raja Maples.
And I'm David Amilati. Now today, public safety officials called on Governor Bruce Rauner to sign a bill to keep the state's 911 system operational. The measure would extend the sunset of surcharge currently in place. It would also increase the surcharge to $1.50 outside of Chicago. Now last month, the bill passed out of both chambers. According to the Illinois Association of Public Safety Communications officials, the emergency system will lose funding on June 30th. Governor Rauner says he is reviewing the bill, but has serious concerns about raising fees on taxpayers.
Staying on the budget stalemate, major cuts are set to be happening in Illinois if a budget isn't passed by the end of this month. About 700 current projects throughout the state valued at $2.3 billion would shut down come July. According to the Illinois Department of Transportation, it also means about 25,000 jobs would be lost. This exact situation happened last year, but lawmakers were able to pass a stopgap budget. That budget funneled money to the Department of Transportation.
Meanwhile, Illinois now owes schools across the state more than $1 billion. If a budget is not passed, it could force schools to make major cuts come this fall. 2 years of budget-free spending has already created $15 billion of unpaid bills, and schools have been caught right in the mix. Now, district superintendents say the state's financial troubles are spilling over into their books and could have consequences in the classroom.
Well, new tonight at 10, a tri-state business raises concerns about Quincy's municipal aggregation. Anderson Consultants says there are currently businesses enrolled in the aggregation program who do not qualify. Anderson claims one commercial customer used more than twice the allowed kilowatts in 2016. His solution? An independent study to scrub through both residential and commercial customers.
We just wanted to make sure that the people that are being served and that are ultimately paying the aggregation consultant through a little portion of the kilowatt hour price that's offered are being served adequately.
Now, CIMEC LLC says the supplier and distributor are typically responsible for regulating who belongs in the system. Another concern is whether or not CIMEC LLC has informed the public when Ameren rates drop below the aggregation rate.
And if we have rates that ever fall above Ameren or rise above Ameren's, it's our obligation to let people know. That hasn't happened yet. We are close this time. Competition has really done what it's supposed to do. It's driven prices down considerably.
Here's what's next. CIMEC says it will send a memo to council members in response to tonight's comments. Council members agree any decisions moving forward will be decided in executive session.
New on this Monday in Hancock County, the board members will now discuss the future of the Warsaw Ambulance Station. County taxes pay for ambulance services in both Carthage and Warsaw. Board member Mark Menn says the Warsaw ambulance is only BLS certified. Now that means they can't administer IVs or intubate on scene. Now, KHQA did reach out to Warsaw Ambulance Station, but we did not receive comment at this time. There is a public meeting on the county's options tomorrow night at 6 p.m.
Well, happening right now, the Lee County Health Department now has a place to call home. County Administrator Julie Schilling says the department will soon be housed at the former Iowa State Penitentiary in Fort Madison. This comes less than a month after residents voted against a $1 million bond referendum for a new facility. Schilling says the department will only be using John Bennett Center for the prison. She says the new area is almost 12,000 square feet, which is more than their current space. A perfect location to house the department's services and staff.
Do feel it is a good facility. We will have the adequate space that we need. We had expanded with our programs and staff in the last several years, and I feel that this will meet our needs, and so we're excited about it.
Schilling says the new building will cost an extra $13,000 each year compared to the current space. She says they hope to move in by the end of the month.
Developing right now, Mount Sterling City officials now seek approval. This for an uptown revitalization project.
We're now learning not everyone is on support with this project. KHQA's Haley Vetterline explains what you can expect and how it will affect the community.
Mount Sterling officials are pushing hard to improve the city's storm sewer system that lays under Route 24.
We have a storm sewer issue on Main Street, and water runoff is going underneath buildings and causing issues. It's going to help water get away from the downtown area better than what it is now.
The city is applying for an Illinois Transportation Enhancement Program grant to get the money to start this project.
It's a $2 million grant, this money. It's 80-20. They would pick up 80% of the costs, and then the 20% would be on the city's responsibility to pick up those costs. Taxes will not be raised.
The sewer system is just one part of an uptown revitalization process. Officials want to take this opportunity to make repairs to roads and sidewalks with heavy foot traffic.
City officials hope this project will fix sidewalk imperfections like this old discolored gray cement patch here, as well as sidewalk unevenness that you can see right over here. But not everyone is for this project.
I oppose it because of the cost involved to the city. The amount that we are going to have to be responsible for, even if we get a grant.
Alderman Michael Myers wants to warn Mount Sterling residents of the negatives this project could bring.
It's going to eliminate at least 12 parking spots. It's going to eliminate 4 feet off of each side of the current Main Street. I have a problem with agricultural vehicles being forced on a South Street because they can't get through with the narrowing of the street.
A petition has started to stop this project.
Getting both sides and putting it on a ballot, and let the people of the city of Mount Sterling decide whether or not they want this project to go through.
In Mount Sterling, Haley Vetterline, KHQA News.
Well, here's what's next. Tonight, city officials presented their plans to the council for approval. Now, if it is ultimately approved after the session, the next step will include taking the plans to IDOT and then submitting a grant application in October to hopefully start this project for next summer.
Now, your KHQA Elite Weather Team first forecast.
We enjoyed some sunshine through about midday. Then this afternoon, we started to see those pop-up showers and a few rumbles of thunder as a result of a little upper-level disturbance that got caught in that northwesterly flow. That's all gone right now. And along with that, the possibility of maybe seeing this happen sometime tomorrow night as a weak cool front comes in from the north. I want to thank some of you that have been sending in some pictures. And this one, Joyce Gauss of Jacksonville, Illinois, in the wake of a little shower that passed to the south of Jacksonville. We appreciate that snapshot there, the very contrasty of colors. Sun setting, the white puffy clouds that look orange as a result of the setting sun, and then some of the deeper grays as a result of some of the thicker cloud cover. Thanks, Joyce. Appreciate that. Let's go ahead and take a look at the latest of what we've got for today. High temperatures 83 at Quincy, 88 in St. Louis, 85 at Kansas City, and now 67 at Quincy, 77 in St. Louis, and 75 out at Kansas City. All this shower activity is, again, pretty much diminished. Just a few scattered showers south of Interstate 70, south and east of Effingham, down towards the Wabash Valley, and that is just about it. So we're expecting a clear sky overnight, 61 for the low with a light breeze, and then for tomorrow, plenty of sunshine. I think we'll be rain-free until probably after nightfall, highs in the upper 80s, and then a weak cool front comes through. That'll start to stir the pot with a chance of showers and thunderstorms the rest of the week. Tell you about that coming up in just a few moments. In the meantime, some tri-state residents now feeling the aftermath of Saturday's storm. Collision Solutions owner Jeff Stone says car damage from severe weather is common this time of year. Stone says he's already had several phone calls with one person who experienced a crushed car windshield. He says evidence goes a long way to help repair your car.
If you have a tree that's fell on your car, take some pictures before you get it out from underneath there. And if it's hailing, take some pictures of some big hail so that your agent knows or your insurance company knows that, you know, there was a hailstorm, that you have verified pictures.
Good advice there. And Stone says also a few tips to protect your car from storm damage is to put your car in a garage or some sort of covered area.
Thank you, Rich. Well, here's an update for you tonight. A mother and her 2 kids are still displaced after this early morning fire caused significant damage to their home. Now, according to Annabelle Fire Department Assistant Chief Paxton, the fire began in the front of the house and the porch was fully engulfed in fire by the time emergency crews arrived. Crews say there was no functioning smoke detector inside the home. A child smelled smoke and managed to get everyone else out of the home in time. No injuries have been reported. State and Hannibal investigators are now working to figure out the cause of this fire.
Tonight at 10, a traffic crash at 12th and Vermont in Quincy created a scary situation. According to officials, a black vehicle was traveling north on 12th Street and failed to stop at a stoplight. A white vehicle then hit the back of the black vehicle. The black vehicle ran into Norris Clinic. The driver of that black vehicle was taken from the scene to the hospital by ambulance. Right now, there is no information regarding the condition of that driver.
In crime news tonight at 10, this 47-year-old Macomb man was arrested Friday after police found cocaine during a routine traffic stop. A McDonough County deputy arrested Joseph Howard on Highway 41. Howard was taken to the McDonough County Jail.
We're now learning more about the suspect in the London mosque attack, where a van drove into a group of worshipers attending late-night prayers. British police say at least one person was killed and several others injured. London Metropolitan Police said a 47-year-old male suspect was reported from Paris suburbs and known to French intelligence.
Closer to home now, a judge now issues an injunction that will temporarily prevent the city of St. Louis from removing a Confederate monument from Forest Park. The judge set a hearing for arguments over whether the city or Missouri Civil War Museum owns this monument. That hearing will now take place July 6th. The ruling comes as city workers begin installing steel rigging on the structure to remove the 38-foot monument.
Meanwhile, Google is now cracking down on hate-filled content posted on YouTube. Google's plan to fight terror-related material includes better detection and faster review, tougher standards, and early intervention. Google engineers have developed technology to prevent re-uploads of known terrorist content using image matching techniques.
Still to come, a story that takes us to the skies. Airline flyers have been angry all spring, but we'll explain what airlines are now doing to try and make customers happy. That story, much more next on KHQA News at 10.